I'm here to speak about Mark Miller's statement yesterday to the effect that he will not respect Quebec's planification of immigration and will raise the immigration levels, although it's a power that is Quebec's responsibility. And I have to translate mise en tutelle, tutorship.
Okay.
So it's really taking power over Quebec. It's been done in immigration in effect. So in reality, what the federal government has done since Justin Trudeau is to use their power at the border and use their power at the airport to raise the levels of temporary immigrants to levels that are way beyond our capacity to integrate in terms of housing, healthcare, education, and of course the French language that is not a criterion under those temporary.
In this, on those 528,000.
Yes.
Does it include asylum seekers?
Yes.
Okay.
So, in reality, the federal government has already overthrown Quebec's power in immigration by using the powers they have at the border and at the airport. What Mark Miller said yesterday is not only we're not consulting you on temporary immigration, we will impose to you what we think you should do in immigration. And so that's a fundamental power of the National Assembly that is disrespected by Ottawa. And we should take this seriously. Of course, none of this is normal. In a normal country, we would decide our own policies and there would be an effect. But given that I don't think I will convince Captain Canada, François Legault, to say clearly that independence of Quebec is the only solution if we want to decide by our own, I'm asking François Legault to acknowledge that temporary immigration is out of control, acknowledge that they did not respect their own promise at the last elections of not raising permanent immigration. They did from 50,000 to 65,000. And respect their promise or their statement during the election that there should be a referendum on getting all the powers in immigration in Quebec. Why? Because we've seen in Toronto a threat, outspoken threat of creating a Trudeau tax to pay for the asylum seekers' costs. We've seen in Saskatchewan, Alberta, laws that defy the federal powers, saying we have our own law of sovereignty or our own power to decide that this tax does not apply to us. Other provinces have done more than just sending out tweets and letters. So in that context, François Legault should listen to François Legault and just go ahead with that referendum on immigration, which would trigger a negotiation in good faith, because you're obliged then at the federal level to listen to Quebec and start negotiating, given that the result would be overwhelming, would be very clear in terms of what Quebecers want. That is that we decide by ourselves.
Okay.
Merci.